Hola alumnos, ahora vamos a estudiar los verbos reflexivos. La información para esta lección está en las páginas 162 y 163. When we're talking about reflexive verbs, it's important to note that the pronoun se at the end of an infinitive indicates that the verb is being used reflexively. In Spanish, the reflexive pronoun indicates that someone is doing something to or for someone. The reflexive pronoun that corresponds to the subject must be used when the verb is conjugated. For example, when we conjugate the verb lavarse, meaning to wash oneself, we want to make sure that our subject matches our reflexive pronoun. Me lavo means I wash myself. Similarly, te lavas means you wash yourself. When we were discussing our reflexive pronouns, it's important we know which ones correspond to which subject. So if I want to say myself, I will say me. Yourself, if we're talking to a peer or a dog, cat, pets, children, we would use te. Himself or herself, itself, or yourself, when we're talking about formal you, we would use se. Ourselves, nos. Yourselves, if we were in Spain and we were referring to a group of persons who, it's an informal group, the vosotros form, we would use os. And finally, themselves or yourselves, we would use se. So our reflexive pronouns, me, te, se, nos, os, se. With that in mind, let's conjugate the verb llamarse. Llamarse meaning to call oneself. We want to make sure that our subject pronouns are properly used in conjunction with whoever is doing the action. And so we would say, me llamo, me llamo, me llamo, if we want to say I call myself. You call yourself, te llamas. Third person singular, se llama. Nosotros nos llamamos. Vosotros form, os llamáis. Ellos, ellas, ustedes se llaman. Muy bien. Now let's review some commonly used reflexive verbs. To go to bed, acostarse. To shave, afeitarse. To take a bath, bañarse. To get up, levantarse. To put on makeup, maquillarse. To comb one's hair, peinarse. To brush one's teeth, cepillarse. To take care of oneself, cuidarse. To wake up, despertarse. To fall asleep, dormirse. To take a shower, ducharse. To wash up, lavarse. To put on makeup, pintarse. To put on one's clothes, ponerse la ropa. To take off one's clothes, quitarse la ropa. To dry off one's body, secarse. To get dressed, vestirse. Muy bien. So when some of these verbs are used reflexively, they can have a change in their meaning. For example, dormir means to sleep. However, dormirse means to fall asleep. Poner significa to put or to place. Ponerse significa to put on, as in to put on oneself, to put on one's hat, to put on one's shoes. Now, when we are expressing that, in Spanish, we are going to use the definite article, either el, la, los, or las, after the reflexive verbs ponerse and quitarse when we're referring to articles of clothing. For example, me pongo la camisa. We are, in this instance, using the definite article la because camisa is feminine and singular. Me pongo la camisa. Se quita los zapatos. We are using los because zapatos is plural and masculine. The reflexive pronoun must be repeated with each verb in a series of verbs if they are reflexive. Por ejemplo, mi hermana se levanta a las 6, se ducha y se pone la ropa antes de ir a la escuela. Because we are using reflexive verbs every time, we need to ensure that when we conjugate these verbs, we use the pronoun se each time. And please note, we are using the pronoun se because we are referring to my sister. Third person singular, so we will use se. If the sentence is negative, if reflexive pronouns are placed before a conjugated verb, we're always going to have our reflexive pronouns before a conjugated verb. Now, with that in mind, if we have a sentence that is negative, our reflexive pronoun is going to go between no and the conjugated verb. The reason for that, reflexive pronoun goes right before the conjugated verb. Por ejemplo, yo no me acuesto a las 8 de la noche porque quiero ver a Family Guy a las 11. I do not go to bed at 8 o'clock at night because I want to see Family Guy. In this sentence, it is negative because we're saying we're not doing something. And the thing that we are not doing is the reflexive verb. So we're going to use no, place the reflexive pronoun me between that and our conjugated verb acuesto. Finally, if our conjugated verb is followed by an infinitive, our reflexive pronoun can either go before the conjugated verb or it can attach to the end of the infinitive. So our two examples. The first example, we are attaching it to the end of the infinitive. Debo levantarme a las 7. I should get up, or I should get myself up at 7. Our reflexive pronoun being me, since we have an infinitive present, we can attach it to the end. Debo levantarme a las 7. We can also, in the same sentence, take our reflexive pronoun and place it before our conjugated verb. In this sentence, the conjugated verb is debo. So we can say, me debo levantar a las 7. Muy bien. So, those are our reflexive verbs. Have a couple of rules, new rules that go along with them, but if you review them and study them, you're going to master them in no time. Muy bien, alumnos. And until next time, nos vemos.